Adam, we're ready to go, dude.
Okay.
My name is Dylan Merriman, and I am the writer-director of Paradox.
Yeah, I mean, just like, that's what I'm saying, like maybe as he starts talking. Perfect.
Good job there.
A basic breakdown of Paradox is this guy is kind of stuck in this figurative loop after the death of his family. All he's doing is he thinks he's living this super efficient life where he's doing everything by the books as fast as he can to try to build this time machine to get back to his family. There's a major malfunction, so he gets stuck in this 45-second loop, and he's got to try to find a way out.
My name's Nathan Steele. I'm in the role of John in Paradox.
I need your help, Elizabeth. It didn't work. The time machine, it didn't work.
I mean, John is more of a normal human being than like as if I was in Alice in Wonderland or something, for example, where, you know, there's a big, you know, creation to go through, I guess. So it's kind of like, what parts of me are John? You know, how can I relate to John, you know?
I think Paradox was born out of an expression that, you know, like life happens while you're planning other things. And that's what I feel like is that, to me, I get stuck in these loops of trying to be the best at everything, and then I kind of forget to live my life sometimes, especially with Full Sail and our schedules, you know, it's all day, every day. So that was kind of like trying to teach myself a lesson, is that like you have to try to enjoy life, you know, as it's happening.
My name is Michael Fallon. My role is Director of Photography for the production of Paradox. Yeah. Yep. We're going to have to go flicker, flicker, flicker again. And cut. Well, from reading the script a couple of times and actually going over it with Dylan, I got a lot of denial in this script, you know, emotion-wise, and as well as a lot of loneliness. My job is to make sure that I tell the story as he wants it to, through lighting and through framing.
It means it's not the way I intended it to happen.
Throughout the film, colors they're going to change. The lighting's going to change. In the beginning, I definitely want some warm tones. And that's going to be motivated by like the sunlight that's coming in, as well as the projector that's in there. I mean, there's going to be some motivational light inside there as well. But for the point where he actually starts getting stuck in the loop, I want to slightly change the color, and I don't want it to be dramatic, like just crazy, like, hey, boom, here's a new color for you. I kind of want to just like ease it in there for the audience so they don't really pick up on it right away. But I want it to be a little bit cooler than the oranges or the straw that we had in there before, just to show that frustration, in a sense, that loneliness. We're also going to be putting lights on the top over him. One of the main lights that I really want to use is just a practical bulb, which will actually be used as a source of light for our character that's going to be above him at his work desk. If the character gets upset, maybe he hits it or something like that, we'll add some dynamic lighting into there too, where the light actually moves.
I think the time machine's all got to come from character. It's got to work. It's got to be, you know, function over form.
My name is Dion R. Ramdeen, and I'm the production designer for Paradox. As production designer, my roles and responsibilities include, but are not limited to, taking the director's vision and creating that vision into an actual physical set.
So you have 2 by 10, and it's all there. And then we will have papers for you to see how to actually build the reflect. And the wall may not be textured, may or may not be textured, because we'll be placing things on against the wall, so we won't really need to show, but we will consider it.
I work along with the art director to ensure that all the props and all the necessary parts in the film are shown on camera, and the overall overseeing of the set design.
this has been your production designing week. I want to know, well, how was the experience of building this set with how long of your
Our build was so difficult, it was so hard, and it was so hard on everybody. Like, you know, if you would ask people in pre-pro month 1 what they thought about Paradox when we were having to do the build, everybody probably hated it. Like, not even anything about to do with the actual project, but they were probably just like, whatever it is now, I hate it because this build is not, you know, it was so tough.
As you can see, we are painting in here, and it smells really bad. Come over here. Come over here. Hey, Carlton. Want to tell the camera how you feel about it? It smells like shit. There you go.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to be upset about some of the small stuff when there are a lot of people putting in a lot of work to a script that I wrote.
But I think all in all, once we actually got the set up, like all the walls up, I walked around with my director and I was like, hey, you know, this is the lighting plan I had before. I kind of want to keep it that way, but let's walk around, let's look at this over here. So I just kind of imagined, all right, my light's going to go right here, what's going to look like coming through. And it's not just the lighting itself that it was blocking.
This week we tried out the special effects shot, which I had seen in a Darren Aronofsky film, Black Swan. I had been carrying around that in my back pocket for a long time. I'm like, that shot's so cool. If I could ever work it in, I really want to see that shot come to life. And then originally in this script, we didn't have the special effects shot. It was just like this plummet to earth type of thing. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I would really love to do that shot.
So one of the shots that we have is a wall that's going to have grass on it. And this wall is going to be on wheels. And then we have Dolly with the camera on it and Talon in the middle. And what we're going to end up doing is pushing the wall in as well as Dolly in at the same time to give the effect that Talon is actually falling to earth. The whole frame is not going to be filled with grass in the beginning. The sides are going to be blacked out so that when we actually do push it in, you can actually see movement. It took some practice. Once we did it and we actually saw it, it actually looked pretty good.
So that was another thing where a bunch of people came together and kind of volunteered their spare time. And we came in here and we tried it yesterday. It looks really great. I'm really happy with it. So we got to do that with the blocking, and then we got to try a lot of our handheld movements out. I think we've got 9 handheld shots this shoot. So if it didn't work, we were gonna have to go to Plan B, and you know, starting off on Plan B is not the right way to do it.
I don't even feel like we knew how skilled we were before we came in here, because our shoot wasn't an easy shoot, like I said, by any means.
I just know that we were slow off the start for sure. I think that's how a lot of shoots go, but I know that we had issues with our sound packs that we had to like fix, and you know, we had to figure it out, and we had to get new packs basically because the sound, we were having all kinds of trouble with it.
It's not enough for me.
The other thing is we didn't have a boom op from class, and we had to have somebody, I think that somebody had recommended me somebody, and I told them to talk to our sound mixer, Brian, like we've been looking, so get him. I know he's gonna wanna go through and try to figure out if this is the right guy, because we don't need a boom op, we need the boom op, because like I said, of all of these shots of running around and stuff, it wasn't just like your normal run of the mill, even boom opping stuff. So we got in touch with him, and the guy's name is Doug Style, and he came in and just knocked it out for us. And he's not even in our class, and he came in for 3 12 to 14 hour days every single day, and he was such like like I said, a professional, and he was like instantly part of the crew, like making jokes at Crafty and stuff. And so that was a really, really great find.
There he goes, there goes Speed Racer. He's
For the most part, on the crew, I was cautiously optimistic. I had all the confidence in the world in our crew, but it's just like when you haven't done it, or you haven't, there was no measuring stick for this, because like I said, so much of the handheld, and we have like, you know, dolly moves with dolly booms, with rack focus, with like minimum focus, where we've got like, you know, 3 inches of depth of field. And we're going through all this stuff, and so yeah, I have all the confidence in the world in my crew, but at the same time, for me, it's like I couldn't fault them if we did, because like I said, our aim was so high, and that's why like I can't. It was like we haven't even cut the film yet, and I feel like so proud of us already that we just did it, because like I said, I couldn't have been a happier director. Every take, it needed to be in focus. Every take, we needed to have sound, pretty much. Every take, you know, we had to, there was probably a good 50 things that could have went wrong every single take, and you know, that's kind of like staring down the barrel of a gun.
This is just a bunch of hitting, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna slap me, I'm gonna kick him, and I'm gonna point at him.
How about this? Ready?
All right, cool, so you hit me, and then you hit me, I hit him, I point at him.
Yeah, oh, hey, Charlie. Nothing going on here. Let's see here.
I probably sound like a crazy person saying this, but I'm kind of glad that all that stuff happened on the first day, because then day 2 and day 3 felt like a breeze. Like it felt like everything was going right on day 2 and day 3, just because everything went wrong on day 1.
Yeah, that's really good.
Night.
One of the best parts about day 2, I was feeling really good. I think morale was really high on day 2, and one of the best parts was seeing all of this handheld stuff. And then you see, when we had all these handheld shots, you don't think about it, but there's like a tiny crew that has to follow them everywhere. So you know, I remember there's some points where we have our cam op, our first AC, we have a cable utility, we have the boom op, all following Nathan running around this house. So it's like a small like gaggle of people, almost looks like paparazzi, like following around. And then we had a projector light, you know, coming through too. So we had to watch a shadow, and I know our UPM at one point had a photo where it was during a take, and you just see like 5 or 6 like shadows on the projector wall. It looks like there's a small like town hall meeting behind this guy, and then they were all moving, so they all had to like move together silently. Oh, and then it had to be silent, so everybody had to take their shoes off, and that was awesome. That we had like not only that amount of people, but they're all like just in socks on this like garage floor set, and just all trying to follow them around and not give. I can't believe, like I said, that's what we were expecting to be the hardest stuff, and I think that's why day 2 is so easy, was because the crew is amazing. Like I can count maybe one time where Boom gotten shot, and that's like or even Boom Shadow, maybe like once or twice the entire time, and that's something like, if we had to go 5 or 6 times because we had Boom Shadow or because we were out of focus or something like that, that's what we were prepared to do, because it's such a difficult maneuver. And I mean, we ended up knocking it out of the park.
The time machine doesn't work.
Just slow down. Breathe. We still love each other.
Zap! Cut!
That's a cut.
As far as casting, we ended up casting Nathan. He was going to audition for a feature that was here, and he accidentally got brought into the Paradox casting, and he came in and he went to Slate, and he's like, yeah, I'm auditioning for blank and blank, and we were like, whoa, sorry man, you were in the wrong room. And it was the only mix-up we had all day. Nobody else had got brought to the wrong room.
Go ahead.
My name is Nathan Steele. I'm reading for the both of the characters, Cisco and Ray. Or just say one at a time.
Oh no, this is for John.
Well, I don't have those.
And then somebody asks him like, what did you want to, you're in the room for Paradox, did you want to audition for that too? And I don't know if he had like heard about it at the casting lobby or what, but in the room he was like, yeah, sure. So we hand him sides. He's just getting a fresh look at him. Like he said, he had the sides for a different film. He had the like character bios for a different film. he takes maybe a couple minutes to look at him.
All right, and action.
No, 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 no! Stop, it doesn't work! The time machine doesn't work!
Just slow down, breathe. We still have each other.
I need your help, Elizabeth, I'm stuck!
Whatever it is, John, this too shall pass. We can get through this together.
Elizabeth! Elizabeth!
I thought he was good. I thought he was like pretty good. And then we came back and we watched the tapes. And I watched the tape and I could see like just like his face. It was just like in his eyes and in his face. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. And our casting team was like, the guy that wasn't even supposed to be there, the guy that like went to the wrong, he accidentally got brought to the wrong room. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. And then he shows up on set and he knocks it out of the park.
I'll see you in a minute.
And that's the same thing with Dina. Like, that was not the look that I had in my mind as far as Elizabeth. Like I said, I don't have a totally fleshed out look, but she just was not, it was completely different in my mind. And then she came in and she gave like a really true performance. I know when we were watching Data, I kept saying like, look at that face, because like her face, like she's just so good and she can do so much with so little.
My name is Dina Najjar and I will be playing Elizabeth in Paradox. When the light in the bathroom goes out, I get scared and I leave with wet hair. Do you know what happens when I leave with wet hair? So Elizabeth was someone I actually connected to right away. When I saw the character and read the script, I just could see myself in her. So it was, you know, amazing to have the opportunity to play someone like that. She is a really strong person. She's been through a lot. She lost her son, and her husband has been very distant since then. So in a way, she's been dealing with this grief of losing her son alone, along with, trying to maintain their life. She's the one working, supporting, and she's getting nothing from her husband because he, after this trauma, he just kind of shut down completely, and has been obsessed with getting his son back.
If I have to spend the rest of my life to bring our son back, and it works, then that's a life well spent.
If Paradox turns out how we all hope it's going to, then I want to start making a strong festival run. I think that would be awesome to get everybody's name out there. And that was like a big thing that when I came in, that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I'm trying to do, even with like the last projects that we worked on, is I want to get us out there and get, I know IMDb credits don't mean that much, and it's all about networking and stuff, but I really feel like that would be a nice gift back to everybody on the crew, for like working so hard. After all of our hard work and sticking in there and our perseverance with the build, with everything, with talent availability, with all these hurdles that we had to, jump, that we're gonna come out with a product that shows that. We tried to go above and beyond, and then we did it, and I think that says a lot about our crew.
That's a wrap on the shoot. Thank you all for helping out. Now, clean up the set. Actually, no, I'm lying. We gotta do room storm really quick. Then we are taking a group photo. Then we're done. And then we wrap up the set. But I know, right?
Then there's a group shower after that.